Warm welcome to day 6 of cyber forensics session. So today let us see about computer investigation in the first unit. The objective of this session is to understand about the computer investigation and then to learn the procedures for corporate high-tech investigation. So first topic is about understanding computer investigation. So how to prepare computer investigation? The role of cyber forensic professional, the CF professional, is to gather evidence from a suspect's computer. So the main role is to prepare a computer investigation. The role of CF professional, what is the main role is to gather the evidence from the suspect's computer. Suspect means criminal. So that from the criminal's computer, the person whom we are suspecting as a criminal is called a suspect person. So from that person, we have to gather the evidence. So determine whether the suspect committed a crime or violated company policies. So before proceeding the computer investigation, you have to analyze whether the suspect committed a crime, whether the suspect committed a crime or else he has violated a company policy. Some that is violating the company policy is also called as cyber investigation. It comes under cyber investigation. If a crime or policy violation has been committed, we have to prepare a case. So case prepared to be collection of evidence that offer in court or at corporate inquiry. So this process involves investigating the suspect's computer and then preserving the evidence on different computer. So this is the major role. So we have to understand whether it is a computer crime or company policy violation. If it is a computer crime, what the officers will do means they will find the computers as well as the computer components as they are investigating the crimes. So that computer and computer components are considered as evidence to make arrest of the suspect. So your computer may contain information that is needed for evidence. So next, company policy violation. In company policy violation, so the companies establish some policies for their employees' use of computers. So if a person is working in a company, so the office system, computer system should be used for this purpose. Like that, they will establish the policy and they will circulate it to the employees before at the time of joining. So if they are misbehaving that policies, then that is called as company policy violation. So employees surfing the internet, sending personal email, or using company computers for personal tasks during the work hours. So these are considered as a company policy violation. Okay, so those kind of activities, how can we proceed the investigation? So what we have to do means we have to take a systematic approach. So what is a systematic approach? You have to begin the case as follows. First, you have to find the situation. First, you have to find the situation. Next, you have to find the nature of the case. Nature, either it is a criminal case or company policy violation like that. And then specifics of the case. So which we can call it as evidence. So either computer or any other components or any other digital devices is there. So we have to find the specifics of the cases. Next, type of evidence. Type of evidence. And then operating system, known disk format, location of evidence, where the evidence is located. So by analyzing these things, we have to assess the case. So a form called evidence custody form is there. So the person who is doing the investigation has to fill this evidence custody form and they have to get approved from the higher authority and then only they have to proceed the case. So what is that evidence custody form? So the diagram shows the evidence custody form. So it includes case number, so which case you are handling, and then investigating organization, which company you are going to investigate, who is the investigator, and what is the nature of the case, where the evidence is located, and what is the evidence, either computer or components or any other pen drive, or what is the description of the evidence, vendor name, and the model number. If you are taking the system or laptop, you have to find the brand name of the computer, either it is HCL, Dell, like that, and then model number and serial number of that laptop, evidence recovered by who is recovering the evidence. So the CF analyst directly cannot able to recover. So he will use some other person to recover the evidence. So evidence recovered by date and time of recovery and evidence placed in locker or not. So these are all the things that the CF profession has to fill in the evidence custody form. during computer investigation. So next one, procedure for corporate high-tech investigation. Suppose if it is in a company, high-level company, so how the investigation can be taken place. So there are different methods of investigation. So first method is employee termination cases. So what is that employee termination cases? So employee may get, that is the employer can terminate the employee so that the employee can apply for a case claiming that he is innocent, or else employee is terminated and employee is not accepting his termination. In that case, employer can apply for a case. So from both sides, worker, MD, like that. So MD can also file a complaint, worker can also apply for a case. So what are the ways means? First one, employee abuse of corporate asset. So they are misusing the asset of company. So that is the first case. And then viewing pornography in the workplace. So unwanted things they are seeing in the workplace. And then sending inappropriate email messages. So if they are sending inappropriate email messages, that is also considered. These three are the main thing for the employee can get terminated by the employer. In that case, the employee can produce in the court that he did not did this. So that is the only way. Second one, internet abuse investigation. So internet abuse investigation means to conduct an investigation involving internet abuse. What we have to do is organization's internet proxy server log should be taken. The company's internet proxy server log that should be retrieved, and then suspect the person we are suspecting, that person's computer IP address should be obtained, and then suspect person's computer disk drive should also be obtained. So after seizing these things, we can able to do analysis by using the software tools like ProDiscover, Forensic Toolkit, Encase, X-ray Forensic, like that. We are having a lot of analysis tools. By using these analysis tools, we can do analysis. Suppose if it is email abuse, see for in a company, employee termination cases there, internet abuse investigation is there, email abuse investigation is there. They are sending unwanted messages, spam messages, inappropriate messages, offensive messages, and harassment or threat messages to some person. So that person may file a complaint against this corporation, like that. So the following list is needed for an investigation involving email abuse. So they should consult with email server administrator, email server administrator. If it is Google, if it is Yahoo, that is we have to contact the Yahoo administrator, Google administrator, and they have to get the log. What they have to get means an electronic copy of offending email that contains a message header data, as well as email server log records. And then they have to store the messages, user messages on the central server. So the user messages on the central server that can be stored in the format of PST or OST, so that CF analysis can use a tool to analyze it. So here the tool used here is Forensic Toolkit or ProDiscover. Okay, so email abuse may happen. So in that investigation, we have to contact the server administrator of the email, and then we have to get the copy of the email, as well as we have to get the log records, and then we have to store that record, and that record should be in the format of .pst or .ost file. And then there is some procedure to do this email investigation. What is that means? If it is computer based, we can use standard forensic analysis techniques and procedure for drive. If it is computer, what we will do, we will examine the drive. Suppose if it is server based means we have to contact the server administrator. From them, we have to get the electronic copy of the suspect's email folder or data. If it is web based, Hotmail, Gmail means we have to use some toolkit to extract all email related information. And then we can also examine the header data of all the messages. So these are the ways, procedure recommended for email investigation. So next one is attorney-client privilege investigation. What is that attorney? Attorney is the owner and the client. That is the attorney is the investigator and client is the client. So there should be some common understanding between the investigator and the client. Then only the case will go smoothly. So when conducting a computer forensic analysis under attorney-client privilege, rules for an attorney is there. So the attorney should keep all the findings as confidential. Attorney is a lawyer, or the cyber forensic analyst is called as attorney. So he should keep all the findings as is confidential. And then the attorney you are working for is the ultimate authority over the investigation. So the person who is working as given a designation as attorney, he is having the complete authority. So the attorney may request the data that they have taken from the drives. So as per the attorney's direction, the client has to go. So this is about attorney-client privilege investigation. Next one, what are the steps that is needed for conducting attorney-client privilege investigation case? So what they have to do? First, they have to keep a MOU. What is that MOU? Suppose if you are having a case, if you are applying for a case, we have to keep an agreement between the lawyer and us. So within this 3 months, they have to complete the case. This should be the amount, and these are the documents that we are given. Like that, we can have a bond like that. Attorney-client privilege system should have a memorandum from the attorney that the investigation is privileged communication, and the name should be listed, and any other person associated with that case should also be listed. And then we have to request a list of keywords of interest to the investigation. After received the memorandum, then they can start the investigation and analysis. If it is a drive examination, hard drive, if they are examining the drive, they have to make two bit streams of images of the drive using different tools. Different tools. For a first copy, in case another copy ProDiscover, they have to use different tools and they have to make two different copies of the drive. So, if needed, they can compare the hash values on all the files of the original and a recreated disk. Okay, if it is a GUI related images files, they can use that particular tools for doing bitstream copying. So in general, we can say we are examining every portion of the drive and extracting all the data. So that is about attorney-client privilege. So there is 5 tips for protecting our attorney-client privilege. First one, keep discussion with your attorney private. So if we are going for attorney-client privilege, attorney and client should alone discuss. Do not discuss any details of your case on social media. Do not blog about anything that involve your case. Do not use your work to email to correspond with your attorney. Do not use your work computer to email about your case. And the next, still 11 more is there. Run keyword searches on allocated disk space. So we to find some information, we can use some keyword searches also. If it is Windows OS, we can use special tools to extract the data. And if it is binary files, and then we have to locate where the program is available and we have to take printout of the binary file. If it is unallocated data recovery, we can use some specialized tools and then consolidate all whatever data we have recovered. We have to consolidate all the recovered data and store the recovered data output using some methods. So this is about attorney-client privileges. So let us have an assessment. What does this mean? I have given 3 cases. So you have to analyze the given case and state what type of case it is. First one, an organization files a complaint on employee stating that he is misusing the company telephone for personal use and so he is sent out. What is this? Employee termination case. Employee termination case. Next one. A person filing complaint about an organization stating sending of inappropriate mails to him often after warning to. This is about email abuse investigation. Email abuse investigation. Next one. A person telling harassment mail to particular person often and he was caught. So this is also under email abuse. So email abuse, that is also email abuse, and first one is company policy violation. So these are the 3 methods.